I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
Last night was not a debate. Last night was the death of Joe Biden's presidency. It was the death of the Democrat Party and the liberal mainstream media who have known for years that Joe Biden is in decline, that his incompetency is evergreen, and they concealed it from the American people and have let our country go to hell rather than tell the truth and wake up this morning and finally say, oh, now Joe's got to go.
Hey, John Monday!
No, he's good. I see artists that get paid a lot of money like Hunter. You think Hunter could do this picture? I don't think so. What do you think? TikTok? Okay, you ready?
Yeah, all right.
I'm going to give you $500. You guys all split it up. Is that okay?
Thank you.
I want to say this. Great things happen in Philadelphia. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
Now, give me a bet. Make sure you don't have a bomb. Do you have a bomb in it? It's all right. I trust her. If it blows up, you're going first.
Is that the justice system working, or is it the justice system being manipulated?
I would be happier, as someone who owns property in Manhattan, if the district attorney of New York County would take care of criminals who are making it impossible for citizens to walk in the streets and use the subway, to use his efforts to keep those people off the street, than to spend $5 million or $10 million of taxpayers' money trying Donald Trump on this nonsense. That's my view. But I, as a taxpayer in this country, resent using the system for your own personal self-aggrandizement. Now, if you didn't know...
And that's what you think the DA did in Manhattan?
That's what I think. I mean, if you look, you had to twist yourself into a pretzel to figure out what the crime was.
All right. Is there a quiet Trump voter out there in Hollywood?
Oh, hello there, first of all. And I think there's a lot of them.
Her Italian side is coming out. She's like, you did not just jump right into the interview without saying hi to me, did you?
It's the Italian, man. We're talking about Fauci. We're talking about De Niro. I am mortified right now by my people. I don't understand what we're doing here. I don't know. I mean, I don't really maneuver inside that industry. I never have. First of all, Sopranos was like, we were the outcasts, even though we were the critically acclaimed, we still were outcasts. So I'm still an outcast. Here I am. They're going to take me out into the woods and shoot me for not endorsing Biden.
It is now 2024, and I think I can speak for the majority of districts, is that we do not listen to what those in the Capitol have to say any longer when it comes to the decisions that are being currently made in our everyday lives. We in the district cannot afford bread. We in the district cannot afford cake. We in the district cannot afford to put any kind of food on our table right now. We in the district cannot pay our rent. We cannot pay our mortgages half the time. We in the district, even if we could afford to buy a house, we can't afford to buy a house because you'd just be upside down on it to begin with because of the interest rates. We in the district are horrified to see millions and millions of dollars of our tax money going to other countries so that they can go to war with each other, so that they can bomb each other off the map and bomb their children off the map. We in the district are fucking tired of hearing anything that the people in the Capitol have to say. I venture to say that a lot has changed from 2016 to 2024. We here in the district are fed the fuck up. We're baking our own bread and we're starting our own gardens and we're keeping our families and our community close because literal shit is about to hit the fan. But you want to know who's going to be affected the least by the literal shit? It is going to be us here in the district. You know that during the Great Depression, there was actually people, and quite a few people, who weren't really affected by what was happening with the Great Depression because they were so used to being poor. They're coming for you, Hollywood. Politicians, multimillionaires. See, we know how to survive without being a multimillionaire. We know how to make it work. We know how to ration things out. We know how to stretch our last dime. We here in the district are going to survive. And we are done letting Hollywood influence us in any decision making that has to do with our everyday lives. So every single celebrity out there can get fucked and stay fucked.
So if you don't know the story, some piece of shit illegal in this country illegally, you know, because it's a sanctuary fucking state, sanctuary city. He went to Casino Park in Queens and he tied up a 13-year-old and raped another 13-year-old. Okay, boy and a girl. Really, really fucking disgusting what's going on here. But that's okay. We don't have any problems, no crisis. But the victims somehow, because I don't know how I would have the strength to even talk after that, They gave a really good description. They gave a great description of his tattoo. And guess what? People recognized it. They said, we know this guy. He comes into the bodega. He comes into this bodega at night. Well, we're going to hang out. They sat around and they waited for him. It wasn't the cops. It wasn't another gang. It wasn't, a parent. It wasn't, and no offense, I love Curtis Lee, but it wasn't the Guardian Angels. You know who it was? It was fucking citizens, residents of Queens, locals. And you know what they did? They waited for him, and they got this guy. He was crying under a car, hiding under a car. They restrained him with belts. They held him until the police came. You know what that's called? That is called the fuck around and find out moment. And I'm going to tell you right now, share it with your friends. Let them know. Instead of sending a video going, hey, come here, come to America. We're fucking squatting, it's legal, and we got houses, and I'm making all this fucking money with this and that. No. That's not how it goes. You come here, you fuck around, you find out New York style. I am so fucking proud of these young people who did this. If you don't know New York, you don't know Queens, we mind our business. People walk away, say, you know what? Not getting involved. You got fucking Lucy Lightfoot over here fucking, tripping out on fucking ketamine or whatever the fuck they're doing. No. These kids knew. They waited. I am so, whoever you are, I'm so fucking proud of you. I swear I am.
All due respect, Judge, you said this issue shouldn't be politicized, but by pointing the finger at former President Trump and Republicans in Congress, aren't you politicizing it?
I think I answered the question. So, yeah, I mean, this is about Jocelyn. This is about her family, and if we want to,
Judge,
as I said, talk about immigration.
You didn't answer the question. Are you politicizing this by pointing the finger at Republicans and saying it's their fault, not the fault of the Biden administration that lifted the Remain in Mexico policies?
And we have serious concerns about the physical and mental health effects of the current protocols promoted for the care of children and adolescents in the United States who express discomfort with their biological sex. This declaration was authored by the American College of Pediatricians, but really it was developed from the expertise of hundreds of doctors, researchers, and other healthcare workers and leaders who, for years, have been sounding the alarm on the harmful protocols that continue to be promoted by the medical organizations in the United States. Despite recent revelations from the leaked WPATH files and the recent release of the final report from the CAS review, these medical organizations have not changed course. So we are calling on these medical organizations of the United States, including the American Academy of Pediatrics, the Endocrine Society, the Pediatric Endocrine Society, the American Medical Association, the American Psychological Association, and the American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry to follow the science and their European colleagues and immediately stop the promotion of social affirmation, puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgeries for children and adolescents who experience distress over their biological sex. In our declaration, we affirm that sex is a dimorphic, innate trait defined in relation to an organism's biological role in reproduction, male and female. This genetic signature is present in every nucleated somatic cell in the body and is not altered by drugs or surgical interventions. Consideration of these innate differences is critical to the practice of good medicine and to the development of sound policy for children and adults alike. Medical decision-making should be based upon an individual's biological sex. It should respect biological reality and the dignity of the person by compassionately addressing the whole person. We are here defying the claims made by these medical organizations in the U.S. that those of us who are concerned are a minority and that their protocols are consensus. They are not consensus, and we are speaking in a loud, unified voice, enough.
Inspiration. Oh, she barely waits a moment. Elevator doors open. Hear her footsteps touch the stairs. Words walk by, describing definition. Stop and talk about it. has come to life, turning atoms into rain and stone, the sands and tall trees. Worlds pass by, horrifying description. Stop and talk about it.
Barry Pollack, criminal defense lawyer for Julian Assange. The prosecution of Julian Assange is unprecedented. In the 100 years of the Espionage Act, it has never been used by the United States to pursue a publisher, a journalist like Mr. Assange. Mr. Assange revealed truthful, important, and newsworthy information, including revealing that the United States had committed war crimes, and he has suffered tremendously in his fight for free speech, for freedom of the press, and to ensure that the American public and the world community gets truthful and important, newsworthy information. We firmly believe that Mr. Assange never should have been charged under the Espionage Act and engaged in an exercise that journalists engage in every day, and we're thankful that they do. It is appropriate, though, for this fight to end, and it is appropriate for the judge, as she did today, to determine that no additional incarceration of Mr. Assange would be fair, would be appropriate, and it is time for him to be reunited with his family.